everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Michaela, and today I really wanted to share with you some ways that you can reset yourself for 2023. So there's different aspects of our life that we can reset, but today I just really wanted to share some very simplistic and mindful ways that we can reset with intention. And that's just what's really been different about this reset for me, at least, versus the past years, is I really want to set myself up with more intention for 2023, because before it almost felt as if I was just doing things just to do them, or because I felt like I was supposed to do them. But in reality, that is just not the way to have a successful year and to hit the goals that you're wanting to hit. You just really have to do what aligns with you and what is going to set yourself up in the position to become the best version of yourself. Without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into the ways that we can reset for 2023. If you're anything like me, I'm very environmental based, and our environments really do play a part in our mentality, in our moods, and our overall productivity. So the first thing we really need to do is to declutter our space. If there's something that's just been sitting in the corner, getting on your nerves, or if you have clothes that you just don't wear anymore, or just maybe some disheveled places in your home, I know I do, definitely take this time to go through and get rid of whatever you don't use, whatever just annoys you and has just been there and you haven't used it and you haven't needed it. I know for me, I need to go refold a bunch of my clothing drawers because I just kind of toss it all in there. And by doing this to the spaces that we use on a daily basis, going to them whenever they're organized and it's just what we need, it just makes us more efficient and more productive. And it just keeps our mood and our energy high. So whenever we are pushing in other aspects of our life, these other little things that should be taken care of are taken care of, and they are as organized as they can be. The second way that we can reset for 2023 is to rearrange our space. I used to do this all the time whenever I was younger. My mom would just help me rearrange my room, and it just made me so excited. Rearranging your space is just a great way to give yourself a fresh perspective without spending money and just using what you have. And the next thing to do to reset for 2023 is a deep clean. So we want to get to those nooks and crannies that we typically ignore. I know for me, it's doing baseboards, going behind doors, because it can get pretty dusty back there. This can involve also cleaning your car. This can be clearing out your pantry and wiping down all of the shelves and putting everything back in an organized way, moving your couch and vacuuming behind there, maybe washing things you don't normally wash. So like, for instance, our bath mats and our kitchen mats, I don't wash those too often, maybe 3 to 4 times a year. So I'm gonna give those a fresh wash. And also maybe putting your dishwasher and your washing machine on a clean cycle. The dishwasher cleans your dishes and the washing machine cleans your clothes. So it's probably good to put those on a little clean cycle there. I haven't done that yet, and I really need to. And after we have deep cleaned, this kind of goes along with rearranging your space, but we really want to set up our environment for success. So for instance, if there's a book that you're wanting to read, make sure it is sitting out in a spot where you're going to see it. If you're wanting to use your planner more, which is something I need to do, definitely leave that out in a spot, in its designated spot, so that you always see it and there's no excuse for you not to use it. You could also move your phone charger to a different room or just further away from your bed if that is something that's currently next to your bed, so you don't scroll when you first wake up, or if it's your alarm, you don't immediately hit snooze like I do. These little changes will set us up for green lights and will help us set up our environment to where we can be the most successful that we possibly can be without even thinking about it. Next thing is to write everything down, and I mean everything. I've said this in my other 2023 videos, but seriously, I'm telling you, you have so much going on in your head. You have so much that you're trying to remember. You have to get it down on paper, and these important thoughts and these important ideas that you have are just gonna get lost. So you really need to make sure that you write this stuff down so that you have it all in front of you, you don't forget it, and you can prioritize it to where it's something, obviously if you're thinking about it, it's something that's important to you and does align with you and what you're trying to do. So it's very important to bring that out of your head into the physical world. And this can help with goal setting. This can help with resetting for 2023, because if it's tasks that you're needing to get done before the new year starts, you can do that. If it's related to a goal that you're trying to achieve, that's something that's important, obviously, because that aligns with your dream life. So a brain dump is essential. Next thing is to reflect on the previous year. It's so important to really think about the year in itself, the different seasons that we went through, the ups, the downs, the lessons that we learned, and really process this year. Because if we don't really process the year and what we did or didn't do, how are we ever going to grow as human beings? Plus, I think think this really helps us with self-accountability. That's one thing that I've really seen consistently with learning about building habits and about productivity and just building the life of your dreams is self-accountability is so important because it puts your life in your control. A lot of us kind of just blame outside factors and it puts different things outside of our control when in reality we are in complete control with whether how we handle it, how we respond, and how we bounce back from it. I think it's really important to reflect and hold yourself accountable to, okay, I did this year, this is what I want to do differently in 2023. Having that self-accountability gives you that power back and it puts it back into your control because we are ultimately the creator of our own life. We're the author of our own story and it's up to us to create the life that we want. So now that we've done our brain dump and we have reflected, it's time to set intentional goals. And you totally don't have to set goals if you don't want to, if you're happy with where you are in your life, and that is amazing. And I'm so happy for you, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if there is something that you're wanting to accomplish in the new year, big or small, whatever it is, whatever's important to you, take this time to really think about what you want and what you want to work towards. Think of how it's going to feel once you accomplish it and just the feelings attached to it. Really set it with intention and don't set a goal just to set it or because you feel like you're supposed to. Set it because it aligns with what you really want out of life. When I'm setting my goals, I really do like to think of a theme or like a word for the year. You totally don't have to have just one word or you don't have to do any words at all. It's totally up to you. I just really like to because it helps me tie in everything. And in my last video, I shared with you my word for 2023. I'll share it with you here as well, and that is consistency. I really feel like I can build with consistency and all of my goals have intertwined within that one theme. I also did think of another one this morning while I was cleaning, and I wish so bad that I had thought of it when I filmed that video, but also simplicity. I can overcomplicate things so much and then I do absolutely nothing. I think it's really important to keep things simple and straightforward and then consistently do those things because I think that'll make the biggest difference for me. So whatever that is for you, it's definitely really great to have a word or theme when you're setting goals because I think it kind of gives you a little bit more direction, a little bit more clarity. This next thing is one of my absolute favorite things to do, and that is to create a vision board. This is such a fun thing to do. Do it with your friends and family or even by yourself. Light a candle, turn on some music or your favorite TV show. Just create an atmosphere where you're comfortable and you're excited and just fills you with positive energy. And go on Pinterest or, cut through magazines, whatever you want to do. I just personally usually go on Pinterest, look at your goals, have them out next to you, and find pictures that align with those goals, and then create this beautiful vision board that you just see it and you feel so excited and like you can't wait to accomplish those things. And being able to envision yourself having those things and the process of working there and how good it's going to feel when you're taking those steps towards it helps the universe align you with those goals. It's all about manifestation and the way energy works in the universe, and like attracts like. So if you are raising yourself at a high vibration by really visualizing these things that you want so badly, envisioning these are so important because it's one thing to write them down, which is amazing, and I highly recommend writing them down, but visualizing them is just taking it to a whole other level. I think mine this year is going to be on Notion. I've been trying really hard to create templates and find templates that help me set it up in the way that's going to work the best for me, which once I do that, I will be more than happy to share that with you guys. But I decided this year to put my vision board in there because I have my goals listed in there. I go to it every single day for my to-do list. I really want my vision board there with those things. And if you do want to create a physical vision board, I do have a video. I'll link it right up here. We actually printed our vision boards and framed them so they're hanging up in our room. So I think having both is great too if you want to do that. But definitely creating a vision board is going to level up the whole manifestation process. The next thing we can do to reset is to take some time and really fill out our calendar with everything we're trying to remember. So whether it's birthdays, whatever bills are due, if you have important events or vacations, any work things you have to remember, just take some time and just throw it all onto your planner so that it's out of your head, and all you have to do is go back to see what's going on a day-to-day basis, because like I said earlier, our brains are very, very busy. They are very, very chattery, and they can suppress the important things sometimes. The same thing with the brain dump. It's really important to get those things out and put it on your calendar so that you can plan accordingly. You just have less stress just having it out. It's out of your head. You don't have to remember it. You just have to remember to go to your planner. The next thing is to take some time to create a simple planning system that aligns with you. This year, I have decided to create a Notion because it's the only digital planner I've found that has actually aligned with what I was trying to find. That and then my physical planner. Those are my two planning tools, and I can get it on all of my devices. I always have my physical planner with me, so I can kind of get the sensation of like touching a planner. I'm very old-fashioned. I don't like audiobooks and everything. I like actual books. I like to hold them. I don't like them on a screen, but unfortunately the way the world is nowadays, everything is pretty digital. I'm trying to evolve my ways here, but my planning system this year is going to be Notion accompanied with my physical planner. Whatever productivity planning system works best for you, whether it's just notebooks and a planner, which is definitely still what mine is, but like I said, I'm just adding Notion to it. Take some time to really think about what are you going to be able to stick to? What are you going to be excited to use? What exactly do you need planned? Is it just work things? Is it just your life? What exactly is it, and what is the best way to go about that in a way you're going to stick to it? So the next thing we can do to reset for 2023 is to declutter our digital space. We decluttered and cleaned and rearranged our physical space, so now we need to tackle the digital space. So we constantly use our phones, we use our laptops, we use our tablets, TVs, all these electronic devices on a daily basis, so it's super important to make these where they are operating on an efficient level. Like for me, I've gotten so many "your storage is full" notifications because I have so many unnecessary apps, texts, pictures, videos on my phone, and I don't need them anymore. I just want to set it up in a way that is very simple, and I think that that's super important because as we're using these things every single day, it's super important for them to be operating at their most efficient capacity that they can. Same thing with organizing our spaces in our home, where you just don't have to think about it. And with how crucial these devices are probably in your career or your job or just staying organized, it's really important to keep them clean, and it will help them operate even better. This can not only go for your electronic devices, but also social media. If you're following accounts that just don't give you any value, or they don't inspire you, or they just make you feel beneath or make you feel kind of cruddy, this is the time to go through and unfollow those accounts and only keep the ones that make you feel good and make you feel happy and inspired and do provide you some kind of value, because let's face it, in 2023 we don't have time for anything other than that. We're keeping that negativity out of here, okay? So next is to dedicate a day to all the annoying tasks that you have been putting off. So whether it is emailing a certain person or making a certain appointment, whatever little tiny task has just been like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, and then you don't do it and you're like, oh, it's fine, I'll do it tomorrow, and you just never do it. Take a day, write all this down and knock it out, or take an hour every single day for a week or two just to get it all done. And honestly, getting those annoying things done will give you momentum to go do other bigger things that really matter more, but you have to do these little annoying things because they do matter too. Doing that and taking some time to a day, or just time block some time to knock them out, will make the world of a difference. So lastly is to think about the habits that you want to adapt in 2023 that will push you towards being the best version of yourself. Habits are not about getting to a destination, they're about becoming the person that you want to be. And if you can identify yourself as the person that you want to become, what kind of habits does that person have? You're not thinking about them and getting to a certain destination, but while you're doing them, you can consciously tell yourself that you are evolving into the best version of yourself. And I feel like that really helps to stay consistent with them, and it also helps you really thoroughly think about what habits do I need to do to become this ideal version of myself. So those are some very simple, mindful, and intentional ways to reset for 2023. If you have any other ways that you like to reset for the year, definitely comment those down below, or if you have any favorites from this video, let me know what those are as well. I really hope that this got you inspired and motivated and just ready to take on the year, and I'm super excited to be posting even more content just like this. So if you do want to see more videos like this, please don't forget to subscribe down below and hit the thumbs up button so that I know. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.